Welcome to our first YouTube class video. So I'm going to be running through, this isn't actually a full class, it's more like a warm-up since we're restricted to single person techniques and work like that. And it's mostly the warm-up side of things. So it isn't going to be a full class, full application, that kind of thing. I've got other technique video and whatnot out there for that sort of thing. And if you need a heavy bag or a heavy tire work, you should be doing that on your own. This one is, again, much more of a warm-up. It should be a combination of striking and footwork as we go through here, and just to get you up and moving and sort of, just reminding you what BTG is while while class is closed. That said, if you're not familiar with BTG, I'm going to throw a lot of terminology and footwork out of here. I'll do quick reviews on some of the material as we're doing the workout, but this is not intended as sort of an explanatory class. This is mostly aimed at people who are familiar with BTG already, or other Filipino martial arts. There's nothing in here that's terribly surprising to anybody as we go through this. So with that, let's get started. I'll just use a really basic simplified salutation here. Respect. Okay, so to start off, we're going to use our tri-V striking patterns. We're going to use all three of them, and we're going to start with reverse triangle forward. So as we start off, we're going to do 1, 2, 2 as a pattern. Again, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so that's the basic pattern. Now, we're going to go into footwork here. I'm going to strike 1, hit my side step, reload, 2. Come back. We're going to do 5 on each side, and that's a pattern that I'm going to try to repeat as we go through this. 1, 2, 2. Back. 1, 2, 2. Okay, come to the other side here. Chamber up on the left side here. Offline step. 2, reload, 2. Back. Back. Good, so 1, 2, 2, reverse triangle. Next one is 1, 4, 2. I'm going to hit this on ranging footwork, so we're going to use the reverse triangle and the forward triangle. So 1, 4, 2. Hit pattern's exactly the same. 1, 4, 2. Come back. Hitting the rear angle now. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2, and come back up. I'm going to do one pattern, and then I'll actually do 5 one way, 5 the other, and then the last set of 10 I'm going to alternate on each side. So again, and you'll see where that I'll alternate every set as we go through this. It's actually going to change our footwork pattern. I should probably explain what that looks like. So if I step off with the left foot, 1, 4, 2, with that strike, right? Then you see this power generation pattern. Okay? If I start off with the left foot and I'm loaded in the left hand, here, 1, okay, that's not so different. 4, 2. See how that's different? Right? So as I strike, instead of going cross load, I'm stepping in to hit my side step, side step, side step. It's actually very similar to the 1, 2, 2 that we did earlier. So anyway, I'll slow it down when I start alternating every single one. You'll see. Okay. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to start loaded right hand, step left. First one, I'll go through slowly, Okay, repeating that same side. Okay, now I'm going to go left. Okay, now I'm going to go step up left, and now I'm going to start alternating between every set. So I'm going to go back to the right. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. Now, when I come, instead of stepping to the left and striking, I'm going to stepping to the right. 1, 4, 2. And now I'm just doing the opposite, but it now gets me an alternate every single time. The only problem here is trying to remember where you are in your striking pattern. Whoops, wrong footwork. Oop, 1, 4, 2. Oop, wrong one. Okay, and back to left. And switching. I screwed that one up too. Okay, good. Gotta figure out what that beeping is. You're back. And we're back. Apparently my stopwatch has an alarm set for 1 o'clock in the morning. Who knew? Okay, so now we're going into 3, 4, 2. And this is going to be using the ranging footwork, but we're only using half of the diamond, for lack of a better term. So, or half of the X here. Okay, so we're going to start here. Step back on the X this way. 3, 4. I'm going to shift backwards, right? Use my wave in, wave out footwork here. And then I'm going to come up and finish with my 2. So 3, 4, 2. 3, 4, 2. Okay, so 3, 4, 2. 3, 4, 2. many that was, make it about 10, something like that. On the other side, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Good. Okay. So 3, 4, 2. So we've done 1, 2, 2, 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Using those basic combination, putting together into footwork and striking pattern as we're working that. You can obviously expand everything that we did there, but for right now I'm going to keep going and go into some of our ducking lines. So we're going to use the C-cut. This is on the silver package sort of bonus material of Jason and I teaching sparring technique. Learned it from Eric Noss of the Dark Brothers for this technique. So as we're going to step in, this is actually going to be step in laterally, C-cut, low, and out with your outward python. Okay? Again. Okay, hope that doesn't keep going. So, what was I? C-cut. So we're going to step in. Actually, this will be a straight in here, here, and then actually, ideally, on your out, you hit that arranging forward triangle on the way out, back on this angle, because you don't usually want to retreat the same way that you came in. And out. So high, low, out. High, low, out. High, low, out. Okay, other side, so same thing. Step in, high, low, and out. Again, high, low, out. Ah, that was terrible. Okay, so that's the full C-cut leg attack. Now we're going to go into the fencing line, which is a fake for that C-cut. So we're going to do the same thing. Fencing line is high, broken, fluid. 1, broken, fluid. Fluid 1, broken 2, fluid 2. So I'm going to use this as you whack them on the leg once. Now this is the fake. So same here. This is the half ducking footwork here and back. So here, same initial high, low, headshot. High, broken, headshot. Okay, I don't know how that was. Call it 10. Good. Okay. So a couple pieces on ducking forward. Ducking forward should be explosive. You don't want to be slow about getting down. You really don't want to be slow about getting back up. So if you do a lot of those, obviously I'm out of breath. That'll get your cardio going. I'm going to switch from a stick now to a training blade. That shouldn't really change anything. I'm changing over to a training blade so to accentuate that I have a pokey thing now instead of a stick. So, fluid reverse triangle with the 3 count thrusting lines. Okay, so as we go in, so 3 count thrusting. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. As we go through. Put that into the reverse triangle. 1, chamber. 2, across the top. Chamber. Oop, should be 3, and back. 1 here. 2, pull back into this high guard position. 3, and back to the chamber. And then think about each interstitial recovery being a slash. Thrust, slash, thrust, slash, thrust, slash. Seriously. That wasn't annoying. Okay, basic workout. 10 on each way, we'll switch directions on the other hand. 1, slash, 2, 3. This brings out the kung fu in me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Good. Okay, so basic thrusting lines. 1, 2, 3 for the thrusting lines. Okay, so I'm going to take that number 3 thrusting line. I'm actually going to put this into what we call the Harada step. May or may not be familiar with this one. I'm not even sure it's the same terminology that other Pikiti organizations use. So this one's going to look like this in terms of its footwork pattern. So I'm going to start on the center here. I'm going to lateral and then swing out here. Okay, and then I'm usually asked to step all the way across. Some people call this squaring footwork, but it's not exactly squaring, so you'll sometimes see Harada come up for this footwork terminology. So this is where we're going to use this here for this motion. So now as we're doing that motion, okay, going to start lateral, and I'm going to actually use my number 3 thrust, that downward thrust, downward, flow through, and then I'm going to do downward, flow through, and then I'm going to hand transfer, downward, flow through, come back redondo, come back to the left side, downward, redondo, into the right side, downward, redondo, downward, redondo. If you're seeing this hand perch back here, particularly with my left hand, I blame the saber work that I've been doing. Instead of being good Pikiti positioning as I do this. Okay, good. So that's some lateral footwork. 3, roll, 3, roll. As we come to it. So now that you're warmed up, now this is kind of your time to do a sort of a free flow in this, carenza, some people call it literally dance as we're going through this, and try to use the elements of that we've gone through, the different footwork patterns, the different motions, the different slashes and cuts. So it should be, as we're moving around, you're using your 1s and 2s. One of the important things here is your time to move is your time to learn how to synchronize your hand and foot. All of the sort of fixed drills, fixed footwork patterns, they're great. They're the baby steps, right? They're trying to show you where the synchrony of this is, but now you got to make this work because eventually you have to make it work under pressure. Right now is your time to move around and just flow and play, and it's your time to dance, right? You know, dance like nobody is watching. Obviously you're watching me, but this is your time to play. This is your chance to move around, you know, experience the weapon, try different weapons. Does that weapon feel different? This training blade has a really heavy handguard on it, so it actually weights like a real blade a little bit more. And that might be different than a stick. There's things that I won't do hand exchange wise with this weapon that I would with a stick because I don't have the other end to transfer into. Right? You don't have to be this fancy. This is, right, neat flourishes. Doesn't matter. Just move. Learn how your body, it doesn't have to be fast. Feel where your power generation is coming from. Try to coordinate that motion. It's probably going to feel awkward. Good. Anyway, end of the first class. I will do another one next week. Next week will be a double weapon class. One after that will probably be Sabat or something like that. So anyway, hope that was helpful. First time doing this, so we'll see how it comes out. See you next week.